Hi everyone, we've got a new moon in Taurus coming up on the 7th or 8th of May, depending on where you are in the world. And this is, of course, a new moon that's happening in the fixed earth sign of Taurus. We are in Taurus season. So this is all about grounding our reality into being. What do we want to experience in our physical reality? It's earth energy, okay? We're focusing on the 3D, and Taurus, of course, reminds us of worth and values. So we need to uphold our values and we need to know our worth in order to manifest the reality that we wish to experience. And of course, there's a lot of other things that come into play, because we don't just look at, well, the moon's in Taurus, the sun's in Taurus. We look at the other aspects that are going on in astrology. And I have looked at the chart, and I will be bringing you an astrology report, but I'm not currently in my usual place. So this is why I'm just leaving this video here for now. But I will show you the chart at some point. There are two conjunctions happening in Aries at the time of this new moon. So the first one is between the North Node and Pars Fortuna. So that is our purpose, our path forward, and the fortune and success that we can achieve from that if we are in alignment with our sovereignty, Aries energy. So those two are conjunct, heightening that energy. The other conjunction in Aries is between Mercury and Chiron. So that's all about our expression, our communication, our thoughts, but coming from a sovereign place. So speaking up, standing up for ourselves. And with Chiron there, how healing that is. It's healing our sovereignty. Okay, this is the path of our sovereignty. And we have been healing that throughout all the things that's come before this, which if it resonates for you, you're going to know well and truly. But essentially, this is about focusing on the Aries energy and the Taurus energy because of the heightened energy through the conjunctions in Aries and the fact that it's a new moon happening in the sign of Taurus. Now we know that Jupiter and Uranus are still there, and Venus is now in Taurus as well, of course, at home. Mars is in Aries at home. So we'll look at the masculine and feminine energy and I'll come on to that. But the moon and the sun for a new moon, of course, will be conjunct. So same degrees of Taurus. Soul essence energy of the cosmos with the sun, and our emotional home with the moon. Lunar energy supporting our manifestations and our intention settings. And because of it being Taurus, intention settings in relation to our reality, what we want to experience in our physical reality, and having a fixed vision of that because it's fixed earth energy. There is a beautiful harmonious trine from the moon and the sun to Ceres in Capricorn. So again, Capricorn, that is earth energy. It's cardinal energy. So that allows us to start things off. And Ceres brings that energy, not only of divine feminine nurturing energy, but it also brings some expansion. And if we want to double the expansion, or even triple it or quadruple it, whatever we want to do, we've got Jupiter, that massive gas giant that represents major expansion, also in trine to Ceres, as is Uranus, the planet of change. And we know they recently had that big conjunction, signaling major expansive change. So this is really emphasizing the potential and the energy that is supporting expansion and change within our reality through our manifestations, and of course being in alignment with our soul's truth, of course, and what we wanted to experience for our reality. Now, the sun and the moon are also in sextile, so that's another harmonious aspect in astrology, to Saturn. And Saturn is in Pisces, getting us in alignment with our spiritual truth. So the karmic lessons and all of that we've been through, that's helping us clear the karma, learn the lessons. And there may still be some that we need to learn, and that's okay, that's fine. We're not going to put ourselves under any pressure. But what we have learned is getting us in alignment with our spiritual truth. And then we're more able to manifest and set intentions for the reality we want to experience, because we're closing out cycles in order to start new ones through learning those lessons. So it's all working for us, okay? It might feel at times like it's working against us, and it's not. It can feel challenging and arduous. These are lessons, and they're Saturnian lessons, so they're intense. But this is about getting us in alignment with spiritual truth and the reality of things that we've had to face up to in order to close out cycles that are not serving us, detaching from things, situations, people, whatever it might be, that are no longer serving us. Okay, so we're getting in alignment with our spiritual truth, which is brilliant. And now this is about, of course, reality. If we also look at the fact that Neptune is at 29 degrees of Pisces, the final degrees that a planet can be in before it moves signs, that can be challenging. Neptune being in Pisces, of course, this is about intuition, the mystical, ethereal connection to the 5D. So bearing in mind, we've got all of this going on with what we want to manifest in our reality. This is about straddling the 5D and the 3D, because we need that insight and inspiration to come from our intuition, that source energy to connect in with us, and then we can be guided by our inner compass, our intuition, in order to move forward. We need to be mindful, because Neptune is at 29 degrees and it can be quite intense, to of course listen to our intuition, but to be open to that and to be cautious about self-sabotage, because deceptive energy can be around that as well. So we need to just be mindful of that. We don't want to sabotage the work that we've done so far on this healing journey. Okay, so let's just be mindful of that. And, let's just work with the energy that Neptune is still in its home sign of Pisces, to strengthen the connection with our intuition. If we look at the feminine and masculine energy, we've got Venus, of course, at home in Taurus. We've got Mars at home in Aries. So there is that natural balancing of the feminine and masculine energies, okay, which is brilliant. That's what we want to do. Venus is in trine to Juno, and Juno is in Virgo. So Venus in Taurus, fixed earth energy. Juno in Virgo, mutable earth energy. Okay, so there might be some stubbornness in terms of where we are investing our resources, but actually if we've got a fixed vision about that and we know our worth and we're understanding, okay, I'm investing my resources here because I'm getting that return, that Venus return, and therefore I can commit more to what I'm going to do. So then that Virgo energy of where Juno is can flow, because it's mutable energy. Mars is in the cardinal sign of Aries, okay, so wanting to take action and get things started. And then we've got a trine to Pallas in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is mutable energy. So of course, by taking action, getting things started, it's allowing us to discover and learn more, Sagittarius energy, about that self-love that we need to show ourselves, certainly in terms of our manifestations going forward. Okay, so that is very positive, of course, and we have been showing ourselves a lot of that self-love to get to where we are in terms of closing out cycles and moving forward. But it's important to maintain that balance. There is a quincunx between Mars and Juno. So although Venus is in trine to Juno with the commitment aspect, Mars has got that sort of disparity with it. There is this disconnect almost between that masculine drive of taking action and the commitment. So you might think, oh, that's a bit of a contradiction, because if you wanted to commit to something, you take action, of course. But this almost feels like it needs to be dealt with separately. That inner drive within, that motivation, needs to be fueled by that self-love, and where we are investing our resources if we're going to work with the masculine and feminine energy together. And kind of as a byproduct, really, it then allows us to commit to the things that we want to do. But there may just be some fears around commitment as well, and that could be what's being indicated here by this sort of in conjunction, if you like, between those two. Venus is also having the same with Lilith. So you've got the light feminine and the shadow feminine. So yes, we need to do the shadow work. We need to understand what might be coming up that's showing us fears of creating things, fears of showing ourselves that love, any anxieties or doubts about, stepping into a sovereign role as an empress, of our own life, and realizing that of course, it comes from understanding where we are investing our energy as well, but we need to be mindful of what might be coming up in the shadows that we still need to work on and we still need to heal. So it's kind of being dealt with separately, but in reality, it's a bigger picture and it's all working together. So I just wanted to bring you this really just to let you know some of the aspects that are going on within the astrology. And I would say particularly there is that emphasis on the sovereign energy of the two conjunctions that are going on in Aries between North Node and Past Fortuna, and also Mercury and Chiron, as well as the manifestation energy of the new moon that we've got. But let's focus on, okay, if we're moving forward on our sovereign path, okay, we're following the North Node, our true north, our guiding path, that's going to bring us the fortune, the success. But it needs to be from a place of sovereignty. And how do we do that? Well, we need to know our worth to actually uphold our sovereignty. And we need to speak up, Mercury, from a sovereign place, Mercury in Aries, and how that is going to help the healing journey. So it could put us in situations where we're needing to speak up, but the energy is harmonious. There's harmonious aspects in the astrology to say, okay, even if it might feel like a step out of the comfort zone, to speak up, to express oneself from a sovereign place. If you're heading towards your path, your purpose, and you know that is in alignment with me and I need to express myself in this way as a sovereign leader of my own life, that is going to heal the sovereignty within you tremendously. And that is what is going to help and facilitate this manifestation going forward in terms of the new moon in Taurus, because it's all about the reality, the changing of the reality, the physical reality that you're experiencing, understanding the 5D by connecting with intuition and really building on that relationship with your intuition, and then understanding how that can impact in a positive way the reality that you experience going forward. Knowing one's worth, upholding one's values. Okay, so I'm sending you love and blessings. I will, of course, as I say, bring you an astrology report when I'm back at home and I can pull up the chart on the screen. But I just wanted to send this message out there because if you're already thinking about the new moon coming up, because it's obviously in a couple of days, for the UK it's happening, I think it's 4:21 a.m. on the 8th, but for some people it will be happening on the 7th of May, of course. So if you're already thinking about what you want to manifest or set your intentions with, I would say focus on sovereignty, understand where you need to speak up, express yourself from a sovereign place, accept the healing that comes from that, and know that if you're moving in the direction of your path, your purpose, from a sovereign perspective, that is basically all about the self, Aries, okay, focus on what you want to do, then that is what's going to help you align with your worth and values and move forward in that way, because it's about the reality you want to experience, not what other people want to see you experience, you know, from their own perspective. This is about what you want. You're in the driving seat and you are the captain of your own ship and all of that. So anyway, that's enough from me. I could go on and on and on about it, but I'm sending you love and blessings. Okay, take care. And just remain in your sovereignty, uphold your worth and values, know your worth first and foremost, and just consider, what do I want to experience in my reality, and am I aligned with that from the lessons that I've learned, from what Saturn's been teaching me, from the cycles I've been closing out, because I need to free up energetic space for this new cycle. This is the reality I want to create for myself, because I've learned that I am worth this. I am a sovereign leader of my own life, and this is what I want to experience. And therefore, I'm going to set my intentions with the new moon to manifest this reality and then work towards it. Sending you love and blessings, and I'll see you soon.